Hey YouTube. So, since I've been in the process of moving and still am, I thought this would be a good time to make a video kind of just about moving, things to do while moving. Some of this will be blindness specific, some of it not so much. Just kind of things that maybe people who haven't moved before or who haven't moved on their own before might not realize they should do. Hopefully you find this video helpful. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them as a comment or email me, find me on Facebook. By now, I'm sure you all know the drill. All 40 some of you who are subscribed. Woohoo! No, legitimately though, those people that have subscribed and that have spoken to me on Facebook and told me that their videos are helpful, thank you. I truly, truly do appreciate it. That's my whole goal in doing these videos, is really genuinely just to try to help people and to provide a place that people can at least begin to start researching. So I truly do appreciate it, and I'm very, very humbled any time that I learned, that what I've done has contributed positively to anybody's life. So thank you. Anyway, let's get on to it. So tip number one, the most important tip: know which of your rooms have windows. Know where those windows are. Know if there are blinds and curtains on those windows. Remember, just because you can't see other people doesn't mean they can't see you. And that would be a very awkward way to get to know your neighbors. They might know a bit more of you than you want them to know. Also, just side note, make sure you measure your windows, your blinds. That's, I assume most people know that, but some people, may kind of need that reminder because there's so much to do when you're moving. Little stuff slips your mind. Number two, just because you have a fence in the backyard, don't assume that the fence is secure. Especially for those of you that do have pets, do have guide dogs. I always make sure to go and walk the fence, check for anywhere that, my dog might be able to get out. Now my dog's 65 pounds. If he wanted, he could probably jump over my fence, but it's mainly smaller dogs. You're going to want to make sure just that there's no little gaps, anything that you're worried about them finding, or any holes you're worried about them finding. If your dog digs, make sure to go out and periodically check. Obviously, if you're living with someone, you can have them, help check too. But if it is like your guide dog, you're really gonna want to double check that. 3, look around your kitchen. Well, I say kitchen, mainly kitchen, but other places, and find out, what do you need to do in this house to make this house more fit you better? Are there any adaptations you need to make? Do you need to put bump dots on the microwave or oven or stove or anything like that? The washer, the dryer, are the cabinets too short? Do you need to get a step stool? Just little things like that. When organizing your kitchen, realistically think, do I want to reach up to get this every time I need it? I'm really short. I'm 5'1", so I'm constantly having to ask that. Is this something I really need to have down there? Can I put this up somewhere? The key is you want it to be easy for you to know where things are and to organize. If you're the person that does most of the cooking, you might want to be the one to put stuff up in the kitchen so you know where you put it. You might want to be the one to put up groceries so you know where it goes. Because let me tell you, it is in many cases, it is a lot easier for you to put things where you want them versus expecting most other sighted people to. And it's nothing against them, it's just something that a lot of them take for granted. Number 4, boxes. I would really, 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 really highly suggest labeling your boxes If you are low vision, there are labels that are just different colors. If you are blind, you could do Braille or something of that ilk. You know, whatever way you want to do it. It might not even be, if you're, you know, a total, it might not even be a case of labeling boxes as it is grouping them and putting them all somewhere wherever they go. You know, whatever it is. Just label your boxes. Which just, you know, it makes it so much easier. We have a few days to move, but we've labeled our boxes, put the boxes in the rooms as we've been unpacking, and then unpacking the stuff that we can as we go on. I know that might not work for everyone, especially if you have, you know, kids and a zillion things going on. That's just what we're doing. Number 5, put your bump dots in your specific adaptive tech somewhere easy to get to, because you're going to want to make sure, even, you know, it's not stuck with your Christmas stuff or in some room, you know, some you know, something that you don't use or you're not going to take into rooms, you know, very often. Just make sure you know where it is. Number 6, you might want to consider having an O&M instructor or a friend, depending on how confident you are in your orientation and mobility levels, come and walk around with you. You know, there's no shame in that at all. I use, you know, like search features like through Google Maps, Blank Square, or whatever, that as I'm walking, it tells me what businesses might be around me. That's one way of doing it. If there's a tricky intersection or something, there's no shame at all having a friend go with you. There's no shame at all standing at the corner and listening or watching to see what the light cycles do and when the best time to cross is. And I'm not a trained O&M instructor, so I'm not going, you know, to go all through that because it'd be inappropriate. But what I will say is, for most residential areas, you want to wait for all quiet to cross, but you're going to need to know if that's a realistic expectation based on where you're moving. So just walk around and play with it. Which brings me kind of to number 7. Don't be scared to get lost. It's okay to get lost. It's fine. Take your phone. You can send someone your location if you're lost, or if you have a friend at home, you can set it to share your location with them, not constantly, but just for that time while you're out, and turn it back off. It's okay. As long as you feel comfortable with your ability to navigate traffic, it's fine. So don't be scared to get out and explore. We're all so connected these days. You know, we have a gas station kind of up the street, and we have a few other businesses. It's okay to go in and ask the business, hey, what address is this? Don't be embarrassed. You can use, you know, GPS on your phone. You know, depending on what your comfort is, what technology you're comfortable using. There's a zillion different ways that you can explore while feeling safe. Number 9, landmarks. Landmarks. I like to try to find a landmark going both directions from my house. So right and left. So I can find it no matter which way I reach my house. Also, though, I know if I get to this other landmark, I've gotten too far, I need to go back on myself. You know, there's times where I just go, I wander around, I'm not paying attention. I go out my house, you know, left, and I come back, you know, to the right of my house. You know, totally okay. Sometimes I just like to walk and let my mind wander. So again, landmarks, you can also put your home address in your Google Maps. Like I have mine set up, home is home. And when you're ready to go home, just hit, you know, start directions home. It will tell you that way too. So again, don't be scared. Number 10. This isn't blindness related at all, but whenever you move, you don't realize kind of all the adulty kind of stuff. you have to do. If you're renting, whether you're blind or sighted, I'd get someone to come with you to look around at the property. They might notice damage or notice things that you want to get noted so it doesn't come out of your security deposit. Like, not here. Here's awesome. But when I was in Ball State, the apartment that I lived in had blue paint splattered on it. I didn't see that. So it was a good thing I had someone say, hey, you need to take pictures of this and send it to them so they know you didn't do that. Also, find out where is your water bill and sewage bill. You know, do they go to the same place? Do they go to the same place as the trash bills? And sometimes even, depending on where you live, what county or what town or jurisdiction do you pay those bills to? Sometimes it's not always clear. Like, we live in one town, but we pay utilities to another town. Internet, make sure that you have your internet set up, high speed, whatever. But something a lot of people might not think of, make sure you know where your breaker box is. Even if you're thinking, well, I'm not going to deal with that, you want to be able to tell whoever is dealing with that for you in case they need to get in there for any reason. You need to be able to tell them, hey, my breaker box is outside, or my breaker box is in the master bedroom, whatever the case may be. So, just definitely ask. I hope this video has been helpful. I plan to do a video kind of looking at some of the adaptations that I personally am making, like to the kitchen, again, mainly. Mainly it's going to be bump dots. I'm sure most of you know what bump dots are, but there are some people who might not. And now that I have a kitchen, I also plan to start doing videos, just simple basic cooking videos. I know so many of you out there are way more advanced than that. So if you think, oh, she's doing a salad, that's really, really easy. Just remember that, I'm trying to do this channel for people who maybe have just gone blind, or for parents with small blind kids. I will, as my cooking skills improve, eventually start doing more complicated tasks and recipes. But I just want to make sure to do things that everybody can kind of benefit from. So if you have any cooking suggestions, let me know. I am vegan, so all of my meals will be vegan. If you would like to learn how to cook meat, sear meat, something like that, there's other sources out there you can totally use. So, when I cook things and do things and use plant-based substitutions, don't feel like you're going to have to do that. But we'll get into more of that in some of the next videos. So, thanks for watching. Let me know if you'd like to see anything else. And hopefully this has been helpful.